Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the tangle DeBeer from Jacqui Bull. Okay. Now, this might look familiar. It looks a lot like Dragonair, but it looks like it, but it's different. It's constructed completely differently. So, really, really neat. All right. Starts off with a couple of curved lines. Am I going to just do one big one? I don't know. I'm going to at least do one. Oh, the decisions. All right. So like that. Meeting up at one point. Okay. Next. Now let's see which direction do I need to do this? So what the next step, and I drew some arrows in my version of this step out. They're essentially little fancy fescues. And you know what? I did not examine whether she always has them going the same direction or not. But, okay, I'm going to do this coming down towards me. But I'll show this is how she has it in the step out. So, leaving a little space here. And like I said, a mini fancy fescue. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, we do have a video on it. And so coming down, using kind of the takeoff and land, making a little bit of an S shape. But as you see, so make the line however you want it. And then it just comes back on itself and you have it merge in. So it's kind of takeoff and land concept works really, really well. All right. And then we're just going to work our way up, doing the same thing. You can space them, as far apart as you wish. You could have them come a little closer. And then we are going to do one on the very tip. And then same thing on the flip side. I have to make one giant, apparently. Good thing it doesn't matter. I'm going to make all of them bigger than the other side. We're going to call that dimensional or something. Now, I want to put one here, but I don't know how it would look uneven. I'm going to think about that for a minute. Okay. It'll all be fine. I'm going to leave it as it is. All right. Next, we're going to do some C-shaped curve lines going in towards this center bit, center stem-ish, and coming from underneath the fancy fescue part, and, kind of going to where the other one is. It's one of those words like, we're not really crossing any lines, which is good. Yeah, it'll look fine like that. And turn your tile, of course, to make yourself, make your hand comfortable. I like coming from under here, just so that way I'm assuring myself that I'm not going to cross any lines. Okay, so that's it on both sides. And then in the middle, now, if I had drawn, these ones I keep drawing them, it doesn't matter how you do it. If you maybe extend them out a little bit further, because we are going to connect to those two. And I never think about it while I'm doing it, but that's the point of Zentangle. No planning, just do. Whatever happens, happens, and it's all good. Okay, next step is we're going to aura the whole thing. So if you don't know what an aura is, it's basically like it's just like an outline. And doing our best to follow the contour. And also doing our best. I say our because it's not just me. It's my hand and the pen. Sometimes they're all working against each other. And then amazing things happen, usually. Sometimes. Like that. And there we go. Now, let's do some shading. And actually, one thing I'm going to do is I could redefine that whole line, because one challenge is, these just kind of sticking off. Let's just do that. Redefine this carefully. Yeah, and then you can see how it just smooths out all of those bumps. Yes, it makes it a little bit thicker, but that's okay. But look at that. Well, for the most part. The other thing you could do is just add, like maybe do rounding, or just add some ink in there. We call it adding some love, and do that. All right. So now it is just shade and play time, and let's see. I'm going to do it last. I think I like. Looking back at mine, you can like it either way, filling in these little loops or leaving them as they are. But let me show you the shading, a shading idea first. And that is, I'm just going to put some in these little crevices, like that. And then with the Tortillion, just grabbing it and spreading it, and maybe spreading it up a little bit like that. Up to you. That's kind of neat. Let's do the other side as well. And then you can play. And make sure to take a look at the For More Inspiration link in the description section, so you can take a look at Jacqui's sample and her step out. I have my own version. I always do my own version of the step out. And yeah, look at that. I wonder if I can get another little one in there. Maybe go in the other direction. Let's just see. And of course, you decide how far you want to do these things. I could have done, and you can do them, whatever direction you want to do them, or whichever direction you want to have them going. It doesn't matter. Yeah, what did I decide? Coming towards me. All right, this one, we're going to make this just kind of little, because I didn't leave a whole lot of room on this side there. And the reason, let's try, let's put another one. What was I going to say? The reason I was explaining, the going over, redefining your line and all of that, is because I just want to make sure that we say, oh, there's no mistakes in Zentangle. Well, there aren't any, but it's always nice to know different ways that you can course correct. I call it course correction. It's not fixing mistakes or anything. It is course correcting. There we go. And I can't remember if it was plain. If it was planes or bolts, or maybe both. And it's like, the pilots, they have to make course corrections. It's not just go point A to point B and you set, your coordinates and and you're traveling. There was something to do with, it was course corrections. Otherwise, if you just set that straight path, and probably currents or something takes you off course a little bit, and you'll end up in not the right place. And I just remember hearing this analogy, and I really, really liked it. So I'm like, well, I'm going to use that for lots of things. And I do. Right. Left a little bit more space up there at that top one. Yeah, sometimes it's just nice to have two on there. But this one, I think I shall, I'm going to fill in those things, and we'll add a little fun, as I did on the, on my version of the step out there. And of course, this is just but one way. If you have a different way, you can play with it however you want, of course, because that is the fun of Zentangle. I just merely share some options and some fun. And let's see, which way did I do? I'm going to do it let's see. I'm going to do it the opposite way. I liked the idea of putting little curved lines in here. And then filling in every other one, just because. We'll start here up at the center. Let's see if I can do it and add a little bit of shine. Well, there we go. Just a little bit in the center. It's just so small. I like to make trouble for myself, so hence. And of course, I could just, fill it all the way in and then come back with a, white gel pen. But that's no fun. Let's just see how fine of a line I can leave. And hey, not too shabby. Okay. Now, I hope that you have enjoyed this video. And, you know what? Let's do something a little bit different here. Let's just put graphite all the way up that line, because that's another way that you could do it. And as I was saying, if you enjoyed the video, please click on the like button. I appreciate that. And if you've not subscribed already and you liked it enough to see more, I would love to have you be a subscriber. All right. Now, actually, an additional, because this does look kind of, you know what? No, we can do that anyway. I say, because this just looks so stark, right? And because it's quite wide, let's go with a little bit heavier graphite. So that way it's a little different than what I have there already. And we'll bring the graphite ever so carefully just to make a nice gradient right where it's at. I don't want to spread it too far in. Just what's happening kind of naturally. Not working to do anything more than that. And sometimes if you want to do this, if you don't have, sometimes that's when I break out a new Tortillion. Because it's like, oh, I need that nice little tip there. Oh, there we go. So up to you how you want to play with it. Because you could have put also graphite like I did here, but because we have this decorated, it's hard to see. But you could have done something where you have the graphite just kind of going on both sides. And that would look neat too. This, when you put it in the corner and bring it up, so we see how we've left a little bit of white. It's not spread all the way up. So that kind of gives a bit of a layering type of look to it too. So really neat. All right, let's put a little, because they look kind of weird just hanging out there. There we go. There we go. All right. Again, appreciate the like, share, subscribe, leave comments, all of that. I appreciate actually any and all of those activities, as it helps with the algorithm and stuff. Now, I mentioned the description section where you will find links to the step outs. Also, below those is my link tree. If you would like to come and tangle with me and a bunch of other tangle addicts, we do that on Thursdays, generally. Every once in a while, there will be a schedule change. But generally, they are on Thursdays. You can find my classes posted. There's several places. I have them listed in the link tree, or I have the links in the link tree. But in addition to that, if you follow my Facebook page, or if you want to join our Tangle Addicts community group on Facebook, we would love to have you. If you decide to do that, just know that there are 4 questions that you have to answer in order to gain entry. But yeah, come and join us. I do post all the classes on Facebook as well. And eventually I'll get to posting more on the other social media platforms. But my links are all there, so if you want to follow me, that would be great. All right, so I think that's it. And if I forgot something, watch tomorrow's and I might remember. If I forgot it, it just means it's not important. All right, so have fun with this. What a neat tangle. And thanks again so much for watching. And I wish you happy tangling.